Well, it is Thursday? We have a ton of earnings happening, and gotta say they're kind of disappointing. Not so much on the earnings side, but on the guidance, and that is bringing things down a whole lot. In fact, most companies are crushing earnings, and they're crashing in general because guidance just isn't what analysts were expecting. Even though, I mean, we'll take a look at some of these earnings. Some of these earnings are beating year over year 20+%, which is insane. Yet companies are down. For example, like Amazon down like 5% post market, guys, after earnings. So it's been a crazy, crazy week. I mean, earnings is one thing, but we also had the whole thing of tariffs, and that was the fastest tariff war ever. Gotta say, it was kind of funny, honestly. But that everything has happened. So like, there's so much stuff that has happened the past 1 week, less than 1 week, honestly. I mean, with the whole DeepSeek tariffs, who knows at this point, right? Who knows at this point? So we're going to take a look at some news for today, and then we're going to take a look at some earnings. Now, I do want to take a look at some earnings that weren't today, earnings like from Merck, AMD, ARM. ARM, by the way, that's mainly for Ghost. And then we're just going to do those, and we're going to see how the companies are, because honestly, some of these companies deserve to fall. AMD, I'm looking at you with your 200 PE ratio. Just saying. Just saying. Now, before we get started, guys, I do have my co-host here on the channel, and yes, he is right there. Introduce yourself, my man.
Hey guys, technical person for the channel, Mike. As he says, I do all the voodoo magic.
Well, you know, I try to follow, dude. I can't. Like, I don't understand your whole thing of do this, do that. Look at this. I just don't understand it. It's just my brain just doesn't make sense of it.
For all those that played Amazon, I'm sorry because that did not work out for us. It did not work out for us.
And by the way, guys, it is actually turning out to be a really good. It's actually just turning out to be like a really good day in general, for me, mainly because, well, one of these companies here, in fact, I just put a video on Merck today. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure to check it out. But Merck has been falling down. If you guys see that video, I bought some more Merck at a really good valuation. Again, check out that video if you haven't already. But the main reason why it's actually a really good day today is that it's my birthday. That's right. I am. Yeah, I am old. Granted, my number still doesn't start with a 30, so, or with a 3, so I'm still okay with that for one more year. For one more year.
There.
So,
Yep.
yeah. But yeah. So, birthday stream. What can I say? What can I say? So, before we get started, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Really does help with the algorithm here on YouTube, as well as remember, make sure to follow us on X. Oh, by the way, we're also live streaming on X as well. Make sure to follow us on X. Really, that's the best place to catch when these streams are live and all that stuff. Follow the Discord, which, man, I really wish we weren't so busy with our work that we could actually spend more time on Discord and do more stuff. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Yeah, I tried to create the watch list so that people can have something right on the Discord. So if you guys want to join that, link in the description.
Got you. So, all right, guys, before we get started, obviously, let's do a quick prayer, because at the end of the day, none of this matters. The only thing that matters is Him. So, Heavenly Father, my Lord Jesus Christ and Holy Spirit, thank you so much for all the opportunities that you have given us so far in just this year alone, right? This year alone. And thank you so much for another year of life for myself. And hopefully you give me a plenty more with plenty of more blessings. Even though I may not think of it as a blessing, it is a blessing. Your precious name I pray. Amen. All right, guys, let's get started with this. By the way, shout out to the 10 of you mad lads watching right now on 12 of you actually watching right now on Rumble. Shout out. And to the 3 of you watching right now on YouTube. Shout out to Frank V. And of course, My Lifestyle. Haven't seen you in a while. It's been a long time, My Lifestyle. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get started with some news, shall we? We got S&P ends higher. Dow declines as Wall Street wades through earnings ahead of January jobs report. That's right. I forgot to mention tomorrow it is the job numbers. Do we have expectations for that?
Yep.
We do. Okay, I can actually pull those up. Let's
Yep.
see.
And can you also turn the virtual camera on if you get a chance?
I thought I screen shared.
Screen share, not the virtual camera.
What do you mean?
Like, so I can see your camera while we do this.
Okay,
Like when we
fine.
do
I
it.
will
Yeah.
I will do the virtual camera as well. I will do the virtual camera as well. Goodness. All right. Let's see. Yeah. I think we're so good. Yes. Okay, good. You got it?
Yep. Thank you
Perfect.
very much.
Perfect. All right. So let's take a look at some of these earnings. So let me just go to earnings calendar. What's it been called? Economic calendar. Sorry, not earnings calendar. Economics calendar. And because I really am curious to see what in the world, when the world expectations are for these earnings tomorrow.
And also, just to comment how like we've been going sideways.
Go on.
Buddy of mine at work actually came up with a very interesting theory.
Okay.
Everyone is going to be
Hypothesis,
so
but you know.
yeah.
Oh,
Everyone's
wow.
going to be so bearish
Mm-hmm.
that when Wednesday, February 26th rolls around, it's going to be a fun day for the Bulls. Because he's like everyone's so goddamn bearish. It's like a light switch happened, like you know how 2023 to 24 was a light switch and now it's
Yeah.
like the same light switch but in
But just
reverse.
the other way around. Yeah.
But he's like it never lasts, right? He's like markets don't stay bearish historically speaking, which he's correct. And I'm like, you have a mega cap that's sitting there. That's basically everyone's ignoring the prime deal that they're getting on
Who?
it.
Nvidia?
Nvidia, yeah, it's
Okay.
literally right. It regained its $3 trillion market cap, and
Here, let me put you up.
yeah. Well, I was just looking at stuff, but like, yeah. Let me know if I'm up.
You're up.
Yeah. All right. So basically, with Nvidia, oops.
Whoop! Don't do that. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So with Nvidia, you're gonna make a weekly higher high now. You're on track for it. You closed a couple days. So another thing is the concern is of the retracement, but you did fill the gap today, so that was good, right? Bullish confirmation. You're defending lower lows, and now you're trying to fill this gap. So my thing is, you got all the way till February 26th. And if Nvidia comes out and we can make wagers, they're expecting 38. I'm going to say they're going to do 44. That's just the Nvidia way. If Nvidia does 44 and then guides to, let's say, 50, 51 billion next quarter, because all of a sudden there was one piece of Blackwell news. And what's the first thing Nvidia does? Rallied 4 days in a row on rumors that Blackwell is the cooling condition is solved and that there is even more demand for Blackwell than ever expected. And all Jensung has to do is come out and say, yeah, we expect Blackwell sold out for 3 years. Nvidia will basically destroy every single short in existence.
We shall
It
see
will
what
pull a
happens.
test.
Well, we shall see what happens with that. But let's
And then
let's
AVGO is going to join them
yeah, the video
the
probably will
following
join
day.
them. Yeah. The
Like
following day.
it's going to be like a reinforcing wave. Nvidia goes and AVGO goes. It's going to be like, oh, I think we found the new AMD and
Probably.
Intel.
Probably. All right, so let's keep on reading this. So key U.S. market averages finished mixed Thursday as investors sorted through a new wave of earnings report and labor market updates, including a jump in job cuts ahead of Friday's monthly U.S. payrolls report. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq Composite marked their third consecutive advances. Market sentiment took a hit earlier after QCOM and Ford both fell after their reports. Along with January jobs data in sight, Amazon's Q4 was due late Thursday. The benchmark S&P 500 closed 0.4 up at 6,083. And the Nasdaq up 0.5 and the blue chip Dow down 0.3 with Honeywell down. Wow, Honeywell down 5.6 after its fiscal 2025 outlook mixed expectations. And that is the one trend that I have been noticing, by the way. All of these companies are crushing it when it comes to their earnings, yet their guidance, it's what's killing them. It really is. And we're going to take a look at a few of them in just 1 second. But I do want to take a look at, of course, these job expectations for tomorrow. So let's take a look at this. What's up?
With the jobs is going to come in. Let's get into jobs. But like when I looked at it this morning, I'm like, you guys made the same mistake last time. Even though you laid off a bunch of government workers this month, right? It's not going to be in this report. It's going to be in the next one after it. And I'm like, you guys just missed that number. Guess again. Missed that number again. Like this is the fourth time we're seeing this. And ADP, I don't know if you can pull up ADP that came in on Wednesday. Actually, was surprising to the upside.
This past Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah. So
Let's
just scroll
see.
down.
Yeah.
You had it for a second.
Let's see. ADP right there. ADP non-farm payrolls change.
So look. The previous one got revised higher, and they blew out the current one. So it's like this is not a good indicator of the number, but it's a good indicator of direction.
Right. And if we take a look at the one for tomorrow, we can see that non-farm payrolls, guys. By the way, I do want to go on a small rant in just a few seconds, by the way. It's politically driven also. Non-farm payrolls, guys. Previous was 256. Now, I really am curious if this 256 will actually be brought down. And they're expecting 169. And we don't have and unemployment is expected to stay the same as well. So I mean, we have, let's see, on Rumble, we got a few comments here, but my lifestyle says, it's going to be bad, no jobs, and she's mainly referring to the job tomorrow. So I think she's thinking that we're going to come in a lot lower.
Guys, remember, if one person has 7 jobs, that's 7 jobs. It's not one person having 7 jobs, that's 7 jobs. Remember how this number is calculated.
Right. So I mean, we'll see how this looks like, and this is going to be a spicy one. I mean, it always is, obviously, but it is just going to be interesting to see.
What do you think it's going to come in at? I'm going to say 200 for both. Just 200 flat. 200 flat.
200 exactly.
Yep.
I'm going to say 180. I'm going to say 180.
What about for which one? 180 for non-farm?
Non-farm payroll, yeah.
I say 200 straight, both.
I say 180. I say 180. I think it's slightly going to beat. Unemployment, though, might go up a tick, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that makes sense considering the year rolled over. Right. That would give you that one.
Right. So we'll see how that goes. But this number, this tomorrow is going to be, it's going to cause some volatility in the market. I would not, either the VIX is going to spike up or spike down. Either one of those two,
let's take a look at the VIX. I haven't looked at the VIX in a hot minute.
So
it's in launchpad area where it's like it's not completely dead, but you pretty much called it. What's going to happen was it's either going to hit 20 tomorrow, it's going to hit 12.
Right. So that's interesting to say the least. Now let's continue on because there is a article here that I do want you to pay attention to because it involves Dallas Fed's Logan sees little room for more rate cuts, even if inflation nears target. So this is interesting because, I mean, we kind of called this in the sense that the new 2% is basically the current 4%. Like, rates are not going to go down, interest rates are not going to go down 2%.
There was an interesting theory about rate cuts.
Yeah.
That Trump is trying to artificially create a recession so that he gets the rate cuts he wants.
Okay, but how? I'm curious about that. How?
Tariffs, go crazy with tariffs.
That's fair. But I mean,
the thing is, he's openly said tariffs aren't there for negotiation. They're not there to just
And we saw that. We saw that this week.
We saw how fast they capitulated.
With not even 24 hours.
I mean, can anyone China got to 24 hours. China's just in the corner being like...
Yeah, but they weren't the main ones, though. It was only 10%. The big boys were Mexico and Canada.
Yeah, but the China ones are up to 30 now.
And apparently... Are they really? And apparently the whole... I think China also stopped all shipment into the United States or something like that.
Yeah, they did something, right? So every measure, it doubles. And so the measure when he wrote the executive order for all the countries, and this is really cool how he did this. If you do something against us, the tariffs double. If you impose tariffs, we impose the same back on you. So basically, when China imposed 10% tariffs, ours went to 20. Plus, when they retaliated, they doubled.
Wow.
So essentially, if you do anything against the United States, and remember, Trump threatened they have 30 days to stop trying to decentralize the dollar or embargo.
Ooh, embargo. Yeah, straight up embargo.
Day one. That was day one threat.
A straight
no
up
one
embargo.
Really talked about that, right? Because no one thinks they think it's the Kissinger strategy, but they're betting on that 0.1%. They're betting on the 99%, not the 0.1% madmen.
Got you. So what do you think
Which
about this article? We got Dallas Federal Reserve President Lori Logan believes that a higher neutral interest rate has left little room for further monetary policy easing, even if inflation comes in close to the Fed's target in the next few months. Meaning that they're going to keep the interest rate the way that it is. And if we take a look at the CME tool right now, we are at 425 to 450. So they're basically saying even if inflation does go down to 2%, we ain't changing this.
You know what's funny?
What?
She's not a voting member.
Oh, really?
Nope. Logan's not a voting member.
Okay. Well,
so this is like, what was this?
What's the point of writing this article?
Because people like just cherry picking their opinions.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. Well, whatever then, I guess. I mean, she goes on to say, what if inflation comes in close to 2% in the incoming months? Well, that would be good news. It wouldn't certainly allow the FOMC to cut interest rates soon, in my view. Suppose, for example, that as the first quarter unfolds, monthly inflation figures come in at 2% annualized rate. Labor markets indicators hold right where they were all fall. And consumer spending and businesses invest also stay strong. The funny part about, hang on a minute. The funny part about this whole thing about consumer spending and businesses stay strong, the consumer's broke. The consumer's just taking on debt. That's all that's happening. That really is all that's happening. So no one's strong here, at least not yet. We have to give it a few more months. You said something?
Yeah. So and she's Hawk. So it's like
I see.
I find it hilarious how let's see, Dallas Logan, yes, Mega Hawk,
okay,
yeah, so like
which explains as to why she would say that.
As Barkin as Bostic,
okay.
Whereas like people like Harker, Jefferson, Cook, Williams, all more on the Dove scale.
Got you.
And the ones that vote are Bowman, Waller, Collins, Powell, obviously, Kruger, Cook. So it's like, okay, correct. You don't vote. Like this person doesn't vote. Lori Logan doesn't vote until 2026.
Wow.
And
okay,
she
so
only
next
gets
year.
to vote for 1 year.
So next year. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we got a long way.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I just figured I'd show it because honestly, it's a really slow news day. It really is. Aside from the big news were when tariffs were here, but now that the market has basically brushed off all tariff kind of issues. Again, the fastest tariff I even tweeted out or X'd out or whatever.
Yeah, I love how Ghost posted the shirt that I saw the meme of. That was fun.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, it was the fastest tariff war ever. It's hilarious. It really is hilarious. But guys, that really is all the news that we really needed to cover. Aside from earnings, which we're going to cover right now, that really is it. Now, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and of course, comment here on both YouTube and Rumble, guys. We really, really do appreciate it overall. Again, the only thing that we really want, guys, is, of course, to just help us grow the channel. That really is it. I really wish we could do more. It's just that, a lot of people have actually asked me, why don't you just live stream every single day? Well, there's only so much I could talk about before I stop repeating myself. And also, what would make it a whole lot easier is if we could do this as the news come out. Like if we could do this basically pre-market 9 o'clock every single day, that would be easy, right? Absolutely easy. Because we see movements, we could go to the bell, we got stuff to talk about, but we can only do this at around this time. So unfortunately, it is what it is, right? But I really do hope that one day we have that ability. I really, really do hope so. So yeah, guys, that really is all we're asking for. Is just help us grow the channel. That really is it. Now let's take a look at some chats. Because by the way, shout out to the 8 of you watching right now on YouTube, guys. Y'all are crazy. Smash the like button, guys. The like goal for YouTube is of course 5 likes. And we got Frank V. Philip Morris smoked it. Haha. Because it's a tobacco company. I got it. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Mr. Ponzi, it's all going to crash like a mofo now. Janet Yellen's going to bubba. It's gone bubba. I don't know what that means.
Bye-bye.
It's gone bye-bye. I don't understand.
Yeah, thank God. Because I can't stand that lady.
Oh, with Trump.
Yeah, she's no longer now. This in there.
Who?
Bessett, Scott Bessett, the
Why
new
do I
Treasury
remember?
Secretary.
Why do I remember seeing a story about that?
Because when he was appointed, Bitcoin went. That's what caused
No, I
Bitcoin to
actually
go off the roof.
sure, but why do I remember a story? It popped up on my notifications on my phone. I didn't click on it. Let me see if I can find it real quick because I did see it. I did
Yeah,
see
I'm
it.
gonna read the Rumble chats in the meantime.
No, keep reading YouTube chats, please.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube chats first.
Julio says hello. Beamer says LFGG. Uh, and then let's see. All right, jump into Rumble. My lifestyle saw it's going to be bad. No jobs. Cover that. What's going to be bad? And it says Ghost. The job report tomorrow says my lifestyle. And Ghost, yes, it will be with all those government jobs being cut. Yes, that was February, not January. FYI. And not a lot of people took the severance, so it's not going to be that bad. I'm bullish on my lifestyle says I'm bullish on Nvidia until earnings. I bought some at 117 last week.
Nice.
Congratulations.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
Nvidia's gonna be like, okay, so we have to maintain a 2-to-1 ratio. So since we lost 600 billion, we're gonna gain 1.2 trillion in one day,
Wow.
which will
Yeah.
go down in the history books as the most insane thing ever.
I just hope that AVGO follows. Honestly.
Yes, I think they're the next Intel AMD, how they were in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's when Intel and AMD were mainly prevalent and NVIDIA kind of didn't exist in the sense of like on the mainstream news side. Key Lime says, happy birthday, Fatal. Wish you big dividends and massive returns.
Key Lemon.
Huge.
Key Lemon.
And then, Key Lime.
I know, but I know him. Like I don't know him,
okay.
but like I usually call him Key Lemon because the outfit that he wears is yellow and not green. So
gotcha. I will keep buying NVIDIA if it stays at or below 125. I just keep buying it. Period.
no,
My lifestyle
125. I see that. Yeah, I see that.
It's going to be bad. Let's see.
Buy DHR and Nike.
Why is it all repeating? Go. I don't feel like to buy so much. Just limit risk. The home builder and Nike. Okay, I can see.
I still have my 100 shares of Nike. It's just staying where it's at right now. And then LOL, yes, true about 4%.
Yes, tariffs. Yes, tariffs. He will raise tariffs on certain countries like China and lower our personal income tax.
We need to talk about that. We need to talk about that.
People don't have money left to buy garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it on the credit card. That's the solution everyone uses. They won't cut rates anytime soon now.
I agree.
I don't know.
No, I agree. I don't think I think we might get one this year. One, if that.
I don't know. We need to see energy go down. That's the main thing. That's and it's not going down. That's the problem.
Well, it's funny because I just saw this
uh,
article over here. So
we already have a 2.5 tariff on all products that come into our country. Is it going to raise that up and lower our income tax? Goes get some tax back. Would be fun. Yep. The other thing is as tax returns come around, people are going to invest them again.
It's true.
I pay anyway, so I just want what I have to pay to be lowered. Yes. Why doesn't energy go down? Mainly due to Middle East tensions and a variety of countries just being a piece of crap.
Go on.
I take back. I take everything back I just said about oil. No, oil's going down.
Why?
Broke 50, broke 200, broke the wedge now. So yeah, okay. We don't have to worry about oil. Give it a month.
Well, in regards to also oil, understand that it is going to take some time to drill, baby, drill. It's not something that happens overnight. Trump's only been there for 2 weeks. But I think we're all cut up, right?
Responsible for everything for the last 4 years in those 2 weeks.
It's true. Let's see. We got a few more chats on YouTube. We got Beamer. Oh damn! It's my birthday today. Really Beamer? Are you for real? Depends actually, cause it's 6 over here. Yeah, like it's the 6 over here as well. My guy. Hey man, we share our birthday. Nice. Ramp your credit card and settle for less than full balance. JK, don't do that. Yeah, please do not do that. But
Frank, go to timeout.
Yeah, absolutely. You became the HC when it came to that statement
Oh
right there.
gosh. Oh god.
But
Please no.
so
Where is HC at?
I don't know. But hopefully he's doing good though. But actually, funny thing you mentioned Trump, because as I was looking for this story, Trump and Bessent focus on the U.S. 10-year Treasury instead of instead of the Fed rate, the right approach. That in itself is interesting because we know, right? We know that the thing.
You pull me up so I can show you.
Hang on. We know that the mortgage rate, or we know that the thing that strictly correlates to the mortgage rate, it's actually the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield. So the fact that they're tackling this one, it tells me that they're going right after it. Now, I don't know how they're going to bring it down without lowering the federal funds rate down, but we'll see how that works.
Well, why would you?
You're up.
It goes back to, yeah. So just for clarity, the pink line is there for a reason. The pink line is when Trump actually took office, right? I wanted to denote that because I want to just prove a point of this thing will never go higher. It went higher for a day, right? January 23rd, so 3 days. And ever since then, the yield has been going down, right? Now we've lost the localized highs that was back here. We're below them right here. So therefore, if we drop any further, you could almost be forming like a head and shoulders on the yield. Same thing applies, it going lower. And also, with energy, I want to jump to energy real quick as well to answer the question we got about that. This was a massive I'm going to go to the weekly so you guys can see this. So this wedge was all the way back from when oil hit 122 under the I did that administration. And basically, when it broke out, I was like, oh crap. Because when you break this style of wedge, it's very bullish, right? The wedge itself, because it's a descending wedge, is automatically bullish, right? So I was looking at this, I'm like, all of you are crazy with a Trump administration and $80 a barrel. You hit 80, and ever since that, it was, wait, Trump likes to drill. Maybe I should sell. And then more and more and more and more and more. And now we have broken the 50-day moving average. We've broken back below the wedge. So this is actually now the wedge turning into a mega bear wedge. Why is that? Usually with these wedges, you break out, kind of find some resistance, come back, retest, and then push up. When you fail, you get the opposite reaction. Most likely, you're now looking to break $66 on oil. And then there is a nice bottomless pit for all the support on oil. So right here, this massive area right here is what I consider support on oil. And then sub down here is no man's land. So have fun in no man's land, because the way this wedge works is you basically take this to where it broke. I'll enjoy my $20 a barrel. Thank you very much. So all those who want cheaper energy, wait till the summer.
We'll soon. That's probably what's going to happen.
It's going to take time, right? It's not going to be like this. No, it's going to take time.
It's going to take at least 6 months. Take at least 6 months. But let's actually read this article about the 10-year Treasury. We got U.S. President Trump and his newly appointed Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent focus on the benchmark 10-year Treasury yield and not the federal funds rate to bring down borrowing costs is the right approach, according to Jose Torres, senior economist at Interactive Brokers. Bessent, in the Fox News interview on Wednesday, said he and Trump were not, quote, calling for the Federal Reserve to lower rates, that they were instead looking at bringing down the 10-year Treasury yield. The president has earlier repeatedly targeted the Fed for higher interest rates. You want to know something? All right. I need to go pee pretty soon. I need to go use the bathroom. But I do want to say one thing. Trump right now is going absolute scorched earth, and I absolutely love it. I really wish he would do...
No one is safe. Huh? No one is safe. No one is safe.
But you know what I would love for him to do? And this would be just an amazing thing. Instead of fighting against Powell, very, very simple. Make his life make his life completely impossible to do his job. Tell I'm pretty sure the executive controls the BLS, right? The Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Yeah, because the Fed's not under the
very easy.
Doge, go cut them.
No, better. Ready? Tell the BLS, hey, No longer report PCE, core CPI, core PCE. Only report CPI and include every item. Go. Let them handle it. Let them handle it. Make the Fed's job nearly impossible. Make their heads spin. Make it so that they have no other option but to say, we're done. We can't do our job, and let the Fed be absorbed by the US Treasury at that point. Then you go in, cut it, boom, out of there. That's it. And the Fed becomes a reality. How's that? How's that for a rant right there?
Yeah, or it's like go into the BLS and be like, well, if you guys don't want to do what I want to do, hey Elon, instead of the IRS, go check out them first. I love how the IRS is the next on the hit
BLS,
list.
dude. The IRS is going. I really do hope Trump cuts.
Did you see the poll? Did you see the poll? Elon. So you know how Elon does stuff. He posts a poll. He said yes, F yes.
Oh, I did F yes. I saw that poll and I said F yes. And yes, I love it because like a lot of
people did, but it was literally.
Yeah, go on.
The thing is, Elon does these things, right? Like, should I buy Twitter? Puts a poll out on Twitter and then buys Twitter. Yeah. So like, this isn't like a joke to him. This is like him going out and basically saying, "You guys want me to do this?" Yeah. And I mean, the response was glorious. Response was glorious, and it's like. You already saw, like, they already killing organizations. I love how, I don't know if you saw the press conference.
Keep talking, because I have to go use the bathroom, okay?
All right. I don't know if you guys saw the press conference where...
in fact, I'm actually going to put your screen up, okay?
All right, that works. But I don't know if you guys saw with the press secretary, where she was like, Politico's received $8 million from USA, all this. I was like, shots fired. Wonderful world. But as we wait for him to get back, let's talk about the S&P. We actually got back above this like key resistance point right here, and this hammer was pretty nice today. That during the initial sell-off that we had and then push up, we defended the lows. So therefore, if we hold about 605 right now, right, psychological number, nice round number in your head, that it will significantly help us going into tomorrow. Yes, we could gap down to about 604.5. So if we do get a gap downs are traditionally for buying, but we also have the job numbers. So any selling that happens tonight could be completely wiped out. As I'm looking at futures right now, mixed. We got the Russell at 0.1. We got the S&P about Russell up 0.1, S&P down 0.1, NASDAQ about 0.2, so it's not too crazy. Let's see. Amazon 283. Amazon and after hours. We'll cover it today. This was it was not pretty. 228. So right now in after hours, it's down 4%. Not horrific, but not good either. It's actually still above its not all-time high, the yearly high at around 220. But seeing how it came down to the 50-day moving average right here and then just bounced, and it's actually holding the weekly failed breakdown as it broke out. So it's really neutral earnings. So we have to see how Amazon actually closes. We could get a gap fill like I talked about on Google, right? We just threw it on the channel on the watch list. And Google, this one was a pretty good one, right? So even though I kind of sniped the bottom down here, you guys got an opportunity on open today to snipe the bottom on Google. Second push. So this is 2 weekly breakdown fails. So the bears pushed you down. We bought it right back up. So this on Google that I said I wouldn't trade because Google and me didn't have a long, good relationship was
I'm back.
We'll see how it turns out. And let's see. G Brown said earnings. It's no longer big to hit home runs during earnings. Now it has to be a grand slam home run. Silly. I fully agree.
No, I fully agree too. Yeah, fully agree
too. Right. I'll be right back. My turn.
All right, your turn. Your turn. Oh goodness. All right, your turn. So yeah, guys, I have no idea what he talked about, but I'm assuming it has something to do with. Let me see what he has on the screen. He has. Is that Google Alphabet? Okay. So I'm guessing he was just talking about earnings, but Before we actually head on to earnings, I do want to cover this one article as well. We got oil edges lower. There you go, my lifestyle. Didn't you say that when is oil coming down? There you go. Oil edges lower as Trump renews pledge to drive down crude oil prices. Crude oil futures gave up early gains to settle lower at a volatile session on Thursday after President Trump repeated his promise to raise U.S. oil production. Boom, drill, baby, drill. That if oil prices decline, everything will follow. That's 100% true. That's 1,000% true, actually. Trump's comments appeared to overshadow this week's push for tighter sanctions on Iran, reinstating a maximum pressure campaign, while also saying he was open to considering a deal with Iran. The U.S. Treasury Department said Thursday it is taking steps to target shadow networks responsible for moving Iranian oil to China. Oil prices were also Oil prices also were under continued pressure from rising U.S. crude inventories after U.S. government data showed domestic crude stockpiles rose by 8.7 million barrels last week, well above the analyst expectation of 2 million barrel increase. Most traders feel the U.S. tariff threats to China are for real and could damage their economy further, and with OPEC set to raise production soon, WTI prices may have heavier headwinds in the future. BOK Financial's Dennis Chrysler wrote, so the answer, it is very, very simple. It is drill, baby, drill. Because honestly, it doesn't really matter if OPEC decides to raise production or not. If here in America, especially if we make some consultations with Greenland, if here in America we decide to say, you know what, all the federal land that was a no-no before, that you couldn't drill before, now you may. Oh baby,
and you get fined for leaving a drop.
That's my joke. It's like $1 trillion per ounce that you leave on the ground. By the way, shout out to the 20 of you mad lads watching right now on YouTube, and shout out to the 16 of you watching right now on Rumble. Y'all are nuts. Can't believe this is happening. Y'all are crazy. Guys, smash the like button. We're one away from hitting the like goal on YouTube. And let's see. I don't even know what is the like, or what are we at for the likes on Rumble. Let's see. We are at 7. Okay, so 3 more, guys. 3 more, and we reached the like goal for Rumble. Did you read what Ghost said about buying companies that do nuclear, like SO and others?
No, I haven't. So you talked about oil prices will drop, and then oil companies' stock price will drop to just like what happened in his first term, and buy companies that do nuclear energy like SO and other. Oh, okay, so like utility companies because of cheaper.
And you know what's my favorite utility company?
SO.
What's my favorite utility company?
They took a beating recently.
It's still above what I bought it at. Please, I bought that thing at like $70.
That's always interesting because they rotated right off of their. Yeah, this is interesting.
I love SO. You know that when the whole utility sector took a nosedive because of NEE, and by the way, NEE recovered very, very nicely. SO took a massive dive, and I sniped that dividend at 4.5%. Honestly, my one regret, didn't buy more. But then again, that's the always regret. So
you actually rotated pretty darn nicely. So this was the massive drop he talked about in October of 22.
That's it. All the way down to like I think $70. Right?
Yeah. So like this is.
Wait, let me put you up. Let me put you up because
that was A to B. So you have technically an A to B pattern right here that projects you back up to $97. So it's risky buying it here because you're having almost what's a debt cross right here, or you actually do have a debt cross. The 200 the 50 moving below the 200, but that should level out in this like sideways. So SO. I liked where it rotated, right? So it came down here, rotated off of the previous resistance, is now support. It's not in the most prettiest shapes, but definitely seeing consolidation. Could be a bigger like pattern, right? Could be like an M or really, bigger cup and handle kind of thing right here that formed, that completed. I'm not object to saying that it's in a decent spot to maybe start a position and then maybe dollar cost average if you break 80, that's where I'd be concerned, right? I would start looking at, okay, stop dollar cost averaging and look, is it now fundamentally changed? But I like it where it is now out of comparative to when it was at 92.
So the issue with utility companies is that you can't do its kind of free cash flow on them. You have to take a look at their book value. And I mean, if we just take a look really, really quickly before we actually go into the earnings I wanted to take a look at. If we take a look at the, excuse me, if we take a look at the book value for SO specifically, we can see that the book value per share currently it is at $30.39 right there. $30.39, and the tangible book value is at $25.37. So it's very massively overpriced based on book values. But at the same time, utility companies just do not move. So
Yeah, you're talking like its book value is pricing into like 2011 price.
right, and like even with me, I bought SO would when that drop happened, and then I think my average share price. I mean, I can try to look it up for you guys.
Probably
I think
in
my
the
average,
60s.
huh?
Probably in the 60s.
No, I think it was in the 70s. Let me actually look that up really quick because I do have it. But no, I don't think it was that low. Let me just take a look at 1 second here. Let me pull up my spreadsheet, which by the way, guys, the holdings or this tracker over here is available on the Discord. It's available for free. Shout out to Ghost for recommending me to put that up, and it is available for free. So yeah, thank you so much, Ghost, for that. Really, really do appreciate it. So if we just take a look at this, so let's type in SO over here. Is that too small for you guys to see? Let me just. Oh yeah, no, my average share price is 64.35. So there you go, 64.35, Mike. That is my average share price for SO. So right there, 64.35. Current yield or my yield on cost being 4.5%, paying me $61.06 every single. Oh, sorry, that's wait. Oh, I did. Did I not? Did I mess this up?
You and Ghost have a similar average.
Hang on a minute. I think I messed this up. I don't think that's. Why is it showing monthly? It should not show monthly. That should show. Did I mess this up? I think I did. Is it? Hang on a minute, because I moved stuff around to add the CAGR, and oh, I don't know what's happening.
You figure it out later. But Ghost saying my SO average price is 64.32.
Yeah,
you are like right at that
We're
same price.
basically there. But let me actually show everybody how much SO is paying me. Where is it? Right there. So SO is paying me $61.06 every single quarter. So there you have it. $61.06 every single quarter. So it's actually really, really good.
My lifestyle saying you missed the spreadsheet burning Elmo emoji.
Come again?
My lifestyle on Rumble saying you messed the spreadsheet and then Elmo on fire.
You messed the spreadsheet. Yeah. You know why it's messed up? Because right. I added this 5-year CAGR thing, so everything got pushed over to the right, and now this right here is messed up. But oh well, I'll fix it. It's fine. I'll fix it eventually. But let's actually move now, guys, into earnings, because we had a ton of earnings. I mean, just this week in general, it's been bonkers. Now, we have to take a look at one company. I just want to take a look at this one company's movement, because it is just ridiculous. And guys, this was, I personally believe this. This company is the Amazon from the 2020-2021 bubble that we had for all those meme stocks. Mike, do you know what it is? You know what I'm talking about?
If I had to... Palantir?
PLTR, Palantir. Look at this price.
Yeah.
Yeah? Dude, look at this in the 1 year.
I did see the earnings, so I know what it did. Dude,
this is nuts. Just 1 year ago, this was $23. And if you take a look at this on the 5-year, I mean, look at the hype during COVID. This thing just went up to about $36 and then crashed down. You know, I do agree with this crash because it was very overpriced at around this point right over here. But it crashed all the way down to $6, and right now it is $112.22. shout out to anybody who bought this thing at $6. If you had the, I mean, if you
Foresight
had not even the
or
foresight, because
the diamond hands.
dude, if you had the, and to be fair, I kind of did see this as well, because I was saying that this company's fundamentals were very good at around this point right here. Like, you guys can take a look back at those videos. At around this point right here in 2021, 2022, I was saying that the company's fundamentals were good. It's just that the price was too high. And then look at what happened right afterwards. It fell down sub $10. And I've done fundamentals a little bit further afterwards, and I kept getting higher and higher price valuations after those fundamentals. And there you go. And there we go. So congratulations if you guys bought into this company at $6. If you bought like $6,000 at $6, you are making so much bank right now. It's not even funny. So congratulations with that one, guys. It really is amazing. It really is. Just really wanted to cover that one because this one did have earnings on the 3rd. And, you know, everything came in line, right? The EPS came in at 14 cents, beats by 3. The gap came in line at 3 cents. And the revenue beat by $51.61 million. So, Mike, hey, you want to take a look at massive one-sided earnings? Right here, my guy. Right here.
Yeah, I know. I see.
10 to
Forgot
0.
to play it.
10 to 0.
Should have played it.
Well, you can play it in May.
Yeah. When it's 200.
You can play when it's 200, yeah. But let's take a look at now a company that I actually just released a video, which, by the way, guys, I highly encourage you guys to watch the video, because it is a company that I bought for myself as well as for my boy. And Mike, this is a company that, well, we knew way too well when we lived in New Jersey, and that is the company Merck, because this thing, I mean, look at this thing on the 1 year. Pull it up on your charts. Like, do you see anything special when it comes to that
Merck?
Yeah, when it comes to Merck, when it comes to like that movement. MRK, yep, MRK.
Comes back to that 200 every once in a while, but then it recently just busted through it. So it's like it's not in the best spot right now from
a technical perspective.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well, let me show you from a fundamental perspective, shall we?
I take that back.
Okay.
I take that back. It's rotating off the 1998 highs.
Okay.
I take that back.
So
take that back.
So is it a good price right now to trade this thing or swing trade it or whatever?
I wouldn't necessarily go crazy on it, but around $72, I'd be interested, all the way up to like 80.
Interesting. So you want to take a look at this on the fundamental perspective real quick, because I already have it up. I already did it.
Yeah.
So I already have it up. And plus, I really would like to get. I really would like it if you were to put your grades as well. Even though I already have mine in there, but still. All right, so let's take a look at Merck really quickly. And we got the ticker for MRK, market cap of $222.7 billion. Look at that PE though. Look at that PE, 13.07. Current share price of $88.05. Yesterday when I did this, it was around $89.90. So it's fallen down by a little bit now as well. They also pay out a big dividend of $3.24, which if we take a look at this dividend really quickly, we can see that it is almost at 4%, my guy. This is a 4% yield right here. So if you buy into this company, you're pretty much locking in an almost 4% yield. Okay,
you're locking in what bonds are paying you right now.
Basically. And look at that payout ratio in regards to the earnings as well. Really low. And the 5-year CAGR, not too much, but it's 7.68. It's beating inflation. 14 consecutive years of dividend payment. And here's the best part. Look at the ex-dividend date.
March 17th. You
know what that means?
You can still buy it.
If you buy it right now, what does it go?
And you can still get the dividend.
On April 7th. So, yeah, if you buy it right now and you lock in this almost 4% yield, you will get paid out that dividend on April 7th. So, really, really nice. But taking a look at this, we can see that every single year they pay out about $8.2 billion in dividends. And take their 10-year average free cash flow, they're left with $1.51 billion. Last year's free cash flow, $6.64 billion. Look at that massive jump. Look at that massive jump when it comes to their free cash flow. Well, dividends minus free cash flow minus dividends. I mean.
Yeah, but that means they can still afford the dividend very easily.
Well, hang on a minute, because the payout ratios are 55.28 for the last year's free cash flow, but almost 84.5 for the 10-year average. But the graphs look. What was that?
It's not the greatest on the face, right? Like the face value of it, but
well, also this is the 10-year. Also, this is the 10-year average. So obviously the numbers back then were a lot lower than numbers now. At least that's the way it's supposed to be. So it does lower it down, but it does give you it does give you like an overall look as to what they've done the past 10 years. Now, let's take a look at some of these graphs. So look at this net income. Now you're probably wondering, what happened 2 years ago? Look at that massive drop.
Yeah, but then they recover right back. So it's like, okay, a statistical anomaly, an event, like what?
So I decided to do something. And I highly encourage everybody to do this, because we have the tools, we need to use them, right? As investors, if we have the tools, we have to use them. Let's not reinvent the wheel, guys, right? I remember when we were in high school, Mike.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but at least in my high school, they always said, you gotta learn how to do it, because you won't always have a calculator. You won't always have a calculator.
My response.
We have AI. Shush.
Oh my God! It's like if you told your teacher back then, of like, no, we'll just have this thing that does everything for us.
So
yeah, right.
As investors, we have to use all tools available, guys. If you see any anomaly like this, just ask AI. Just like I asked ChatGPT. Well, I asked Grok, but I literally asked Grok yesterday, because I don't have the time to be looking at like, okay, what happened here, what happened there, and reading articles. Just give me the summary. I asked Grok, hey, why did Merck's net income fall down to $365 million in 2023? It gave me all the stuff, everything. The main thing was acquisitions. They made a ton of acquisitions, and R&D research went up.
Oh,
that's it.
Okay.
So I look at
That's
that.
Not bad.
Right.
It's
I look
like
at
how
that.
Seeking Alpha has like an AI feature now, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you. It mainly just summarizes all of the stuff, right?
Yeah, but it's a starting point for them, right? It's like how they're going to integrate it and further and everything like that.
So I look at this $365 million drop, and I'm just like, is that really a big deal? So what would you give this as a grade? This is a 173% increase on the 10-year.
Like 85.
85. Okay, got you.
And Sly Dog says hi.
Sly Dog. How much? What?
He says, "What's up?"
Nice. What's up, man? Everything's good, man. It's my birthday today, so I'm pretty happy about this, especially after me buying some Merc yesterday as well. But look at this free cash flow now. It's alternating, right? It is alternating, but there is a general trend. You could see the general trend.
Yeah,
right?
I would also argue, because of bio companies of how they work, they kind of have like these phases, right? Like where
with patents and that kind of
they're
stuff.
They're growing their patent, they're investing in their patent, they're growing their patent, they're investing their patent, their patent expires, have to go find new stuff, and it's like this never-ending little cycle that they go through.
Right. So, I mean, look at this. This is still an increase of 32%, and the average free cash flow is $9.7 billion. So what do you think?
Same as before, 85.
85?
It's choppy, right? You give a higher grade because of like...
It's choppy, but there's still a trend. That's why I gave it for me an 85 as well.
It's bio. So
next we got the revenue. This revenue looks almost perfect. You could see that we had a small dip 6 years ago, but after that it is very consistently increasing.
Yeah, heading into COVID.
Right, exactly. Heading into COVID.
So it's like, okay, 100. Because it's like I'm like, okay, like COVID for a biotech company. I wonder why their money dropped.
Right, they were probably doing a ton of R&D around, because
everyone was like throwing it at like the wall to basically get stuff.
To be the first ones to come out with like a vaccine or something like that. So it makes sense. Assets. Look at the assets. So they are increasing. Kind of stagnating around this 108 billion, but they are still increasing. The liabilities, though, is actually stagnating, if not slightly coming down, which is good to see.
Yeah, really, you kind of keep like a reserve of like liabilities and kind of like roll them into assets, and the new ones kind of like they're managing it essentially.
They are managing, and the assets minus the liabilities, you can see that it's okay. I really wish it was increasing consistently, but it's still not bad. Total assets of 98.45 billion,
Yeah,
liabilities of
I mean,
61 billion, and a difference of 37.6 billion. I gave this an 80. What do you give it?
a 90.
A 90. Okay.
Just because COVID, going into COVID.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes,
Yeah,
they were
that's right.
trending prior to that into COVID, but I'm like, if I exclude the years around COVID, I get a pretty nice graph.
And look at the cash flow minus the liabilities. It's maintaining that minus $48 billion, all except for COVID 5 years ago, right here,
Yeah,
COVID.
but it's
So,
biotech. Like, do you expect anything else?
right.
They
So,
need to invest in stuff. They need to go innovate.
but I look at
That's how their
this,
business model works.
and I just see minus $48 billion as the average, basically. That's really
Yeah,
good consistency.
yeah,
So
you're
what would
never
you give
gonna
it?
get it net on the dot, right? That's not how finances work. So 100 for me.
You're going to give it 100? All right.
Yeah, because it's biotech. It's specific to that industry, and it's also how like they go about stuff.
Shares outstanding. Look at this.
Jeez, it's
Perfect.
like
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, they may be buying back more now as their share price drop, right? So that's what we're gonna need to see on the next earnings, what they're gonna do. I agree with you 100 on this.
And they're also not consistently buying back. There are instances of this thing actually going up, like you can see right here from 2.527 to 2.537. But all in all, it's still, they can manage. They're managing it correct. I do like this management of shares outstanding. I really do.
Yep.
And lastly, cash equivalents, look at that, almost $14.6 billion. So overall grade for you, my good man. For me, it was an 87. For you, was a 92. Yours is even higher than me.
I do like where the share price is around, right? I like Ghost. No, was it Ghost said he wouldn't buy it at 88?
You won't buy
Yeah,
Merc at 88?
my life says something. I won't buy at 88.
What?
Maybe
Merc?
80. Yeah,
Merc?
maybe 80. Then, right? Again,
Well,
teach their own. Teach
fair,
their own.
fair enough.
Ghost also said, here's some advice when your stock hit a 50% drop in price, turn on the drip the stocks that are at 75% higher. Let the dividends build up so they can buy more stocks.
When your stock hit a 50% drop in price, turn on the drip. The stock that are 75% higher, let the drip build up. You can buy more stock. So I don't like turning on drip. I like reinvesting it myself. Drip is fine if you just want to just let go of it and not think about it. But I personally like to manage it. It's just, I like managing it. But yeah, no, obviously, like,
Ghost asking, you won't buy what at 88 in Merck. Okay.
is it Merc?
Yeah,
Stock,
no,
right?
he's asking my lifestyle, what stock, and
Got you.
she's like,
Well, let me show you my lifestyle, because the discounted free cash flow, I don't know if you saw the video, but the discounted free cash flow actually shows something very, very interesting. Now, I put my numbers in here. But if you take a look at my numbers, we can see something very interesting. Look at that. So I'm basically saying for the lowest assumption, 5, median 6, and then high assumption 7% revenue growth in the next 10 years. Because in the past 10 years, and the revenue growth has been very consistent. In the past 10 years, it has been 6.5%, and buyback has only been 1%. So I went 0, 1, and 2%, and I just said beat the S&P 500. It's a pharma company. It's not tech. I don't expect this thing to be, unless we have another COVID, it's not going to be breaking records here. So look at these numbers. $99.55 to $140.76. After debt, $96.02 to $136.43. And margin of safety of 5, 10, 15, $80.62 to $129.61. Current share price of $88.05. This is why I decided to actually buy it, because I looked at this, and if we take a look at their 52-week low when it comes to this thing, or sorry, the 52-week high when it comes to this, we can see that their high was 134. So I see a 30, almost a 31% drop under 1 year, and on the year to date, it is 11.5 drop. You know, my average share price prior to buying it, it was 74, I think it was, but I like it at this price, honestly. I personally like it at this price. So this is my personal 2 cents on this. Do you want to give your 2 cents? I know you already kind of did, but now,
yeah, I find it could go through a capitulation phase. How sharp it dropped now, so that's the only concern I have. But that could mean once it kind of peters out, it'd be at an even cheaper evaluation than you are now.
Mm.
So like seeing like 81 being like the bottom low, I'd be targeting like that 86 to 80 area, just in an not going like full hog on the position, more like just basically being like, okay, buy a little here, buy like figure out what my total position size I want to get, and then as on the dips, keep dollar cost averaging down towards that level.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
also keep in mind a level that if it dips below, like let's say 75, 70, because then you're getting outside the realm of this, outside the realm of their 1999 and 1998 highs, that should be your support. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So like going back to these highs right here, these ones over here. So anything like sub 70, I would start getting concerned because not only are you below these highs, you're also below the support right here. So price is going to find some support around this region. And we can actually, let me see if I can get the volume to come up.
Would you like to know as to why, another reason as to why I bought this thing?
So 76 is where a big volume node is, right? So anywhere from 82 to 76 is definitely going to be an area that's going to find a lot of support.
So,
So
would you like to know as to why I actually bought this thing also? Like another reason as to why I bought it?
why?
The reason why they fell is the stupidest reason ever.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we take a look at their earnings, let's take a look at their earnings really quickly because they crushed it. They crushed it. Look at these earnings. Let me change the camera here. Look at these earnings. Beats the non-GAAP EPS beats by 4. Revenue of 15.62 billion beats by 110 million. Look at that increase year over year, 7%. Why did this thing fall? And by the way, this is the common trope that we are going to see in the next few other companies, that they keep beating their earnings, but they keep falling. And it's because of the outlook. That's the main concern right here. In fact, here is the reason why. Let me see if I can find it. Is it not here? No, apparently they do not have it here.
And it's also, there's a commonality with a lot of these companies, the dollar is hurting them, like the strength of the dollar because of how they're converting currencies over. So it's affecting their outlooks.
So it's not necessarily the dollar, but here's the reason why they fell. Anticipates worldwide sales to be between 64.1 billion and 65.6 billion versus the 67.36 billion consensus. That's it. Basically, they just didn't meet consensus. Now, the question is, why aren't they meeting consensus? And it's, again, a really dumb reason as well, because it involves West Taiwan. It involves West Taiwan. China. It does involve China because, here we go. So the reason why they fell is because of this. Shares fell 8% Tuesday pre-market after the pharma giant issued an outlook for the year that fell short of Wall Street estimates, as we just saw. So it's not the fact that they did bad year over year. No, it's just that it wasn't good enough for Wall Street. That's number one. Yep. Number two, it said it's temporarily pausing shipments of its HPV vaccine, Gardasil to West Taiwan, from February through at least mid-year. That's it. That's it. And the reason why they're pausing is because they're not seeing enough sales.
Okay, so they're being financially responsible, so therefore we sell their stock off. It's like,
and by the way, get ready because they're saying through at least mid-year. If tariffs go in from the
sit back and do nothing.
Well, hang on a minute, because if tariffs go in from Trump to China, the fear, obviously they're in the United States, so they're not going to be affected by selling, but the fear would be the retaliatory tariffs. So if China then increases their shares, that's fine. Marcus is going to be like, we're not going to sell to China anymore. We're done. Sure, that's going to take a dip in their
stock,
in their stock and in their earnings, but at the end of the day, though, that's the reason why they fell. Not because of anything wrong with the company, not because they have issues, not because of anything like that. In fact, the year-over-year numbers are increasing 7%. It's just because it didn't meet analyst estimate. It didn't meet the consensus. That's it. That's it. And even my discounted free cash was saying that it's a good price. Now, mark my words. In a few months, if this thing gets to all-time highs again, I'm going to be saying, hopefully y'all bought when it was at $80.
It's
because
like when NVIDIA, right? It's like when NVIDIA, it's like, deep stake, end of the world in NVIDIA. And it's like NVIDIA CEO looking at everyone being like, have
they
you
have our
lost your goddamn
chips.
mind?
This is like they have our chips. What are you talking about? They use our chips to make
They
DeepSeek.
use art. Yeah, it's like, wait. So you're making it cheaper for more people to access. So therefore, I'm going to sell more stuff to those people. But yet, I'm the one that's a dummy.
Right. Right. That's yeah.
I,
But
I know the video's earnings, not that the gun on a side rant, is going to be fantastic for one simple reason, is because Jensen refuses to come out and say anything. If you hold all the cards, you don't say anything. So,
let's see. We got. Let's see. Let's see. So my lifestyle says, or somebody inside knows something. It's over for HPV and Gardasil. The jig is up. We don't need China. They need us. Everyone's scared that the prices will go up. It won't be that much. They will be built somewhere else. Right. Exactly. We don't need
there's
China.
always someone that will build it better and
There is.
cheaper.
There is. I'm
India.
curious. Yeah, I'm curious to know as to why my lifestyle. You're saying that Gardasil the jig is up and it's over for HPV vaccine.
Like because of the RFK comment?
I guess, but RFK is not against vaccines though. He's not. In fact, he's mainly just against the novel vaccines and being pushed on people. That's mainly it. Like I personally don't have a problem with vaccines. I've vaccinated my boy. I don't care. But I specifically let the doctors know. I'm like, if it's a novel vaccine, I ain't doing it. In fact, we were, not to go on a side note here, but we were given the opportunity to. Well, we were told that we should. Well, my wife kind of didn't tell me this correctly, but my wife told me that the doctors told her that they wanted to give him a vaccine to basically protect his lungs against like a lung disease. And I'm like, oh, being premature and all that stuff, it kind of makes sense. But then I looked at the vaccine. I'm like, oh, this is novel. Absolutely not. Well, I spoke with the doctors. They were like, well, it's not a vaccine. It's monoclonal antibodies. I'm like, that's not a vaccine, sweetheart. Yeah. It's not a vaccine. They're like, what's the difference? I'm like, monoclonal antibodies don't activate your immune system.
Yeah, they screw with your DNA.
So, I'm not against vaccinations. I'm not. And my issue is just the forcing of vaccines, like how they were doing it back in 2020 and 2021. That's my main concern. Dude, if we want to take the COVID vaccine, by all means, I really don't care. That's just that. Don't force me to take it, though. If I choose not to, don't force me. Just like how I don't take the flu vaccine ever. And guess what? I've never had the flu. So
it's their best. Yeah, the flu is literally, here's 2,000 options. Dartboard. Dunk. Dunk, dunk. That's the flu vaccine for this season.
So we got Future 13, a little late enjoying. Happy birthday. Mine's next week, Thursday. Oh, dude, so many Februarys. Even the most liberal mom telling me no HPV vaccine before JFK. Again, I'm not whatever. Like it's honestly whatever. But that's the main reason why they fell is because of the not meeting analyst estimates, not meeting the consensus. I don't think that RFK will do anything, honestly. I really don't. I think it's overbought.
So you know how corrupt unions are? Worker union challenge Trump's shutdown of U.S. aid in court.
All right, let's go on to the next earnings. Yeah, so I really don't care about unions. Unions suck. But the other earnings that I want to take a look at, and we're not going to do a discounted free cash flow on them. I just want to take a look at the earnings. And all the links, guys, to the earnings are in the description below. So the next one I want to take a look at, it is my favorite AMD. Almost sub $100. Now,
it's gonna be sub 100. It just keeps shedding money.
I wouldn't go that far because, well, I mean, we kind of said the same thing about Tesla back in, I think, December of 2022 when they were almost sub 100. So
I'm just bearish on AMD because they're literally being a piece of crap to me.
We're not gonna take a look at the fundamentals tonight, but honestly, I'm thinking about just doing a long video for the weekend of just all of these earnings, like a discounted free cash on all of them, like a 45-minute video, just different earnings on different companies, just so that way you guys can just go to the one that you want to see, basically. But if we take a look at these earnings, First of all, they didn't miss on. Sorry, this is not updated. Let me go to the. Do I have this up? I do have this up. So we got over here AMD non-GAAP EPS of $1.09, inline revenue of 7.7 billion, beats by 170 million. Look at that revenue year over year, though.
Yep. It's good.
So what's the
Not
problem
bad.
here?
It's the
Good?
problem is because their data center stuff. Their data center stuff guidance and revenue came in crappy.
So for the first quarter of 2025, AMD expects revenue to be approximately 7.1 billion. Look at this. Even revenue in Q1 is beating the consensus, right? 7.1 billion versus the 6.99 billion, plus or minus 300 million. At the midpoint of the revenue range, this represents a year-over-year growth of approximately 30% and a sequential decline of 7%. Non-GAAP gross margin is expected to be approximately 54%. So why in the world are they falling? That's my question. And I'm asking genuinely because I actually do not know as to why they're falling. So let me see if there's an article about that because let's see. Yeah, projects strong AI data center growth in 2025 with MI355 launch mid-year. Not really certain as to why they're falling. A cooldown to $100. The next NVIDIA Intel. Let me see what this one's about actually. Let's see. I expect AMD to hit $100 before reassessing my sell rating. Price action in the coming days or weeks will be key to signaling a reversal for further downside. Some drivers of the sell-off include slowdown in data center revenue growth. There it is. Weak Q1 2025 guidance. That's weak? I guess, Mike.
Because it wasn't good enough, right? It goes back to there. It's not good enough. It's not.
It wasn't 8 billion. Basically, it's too close to the 6.99 billion.
Everyone thinks the world's gonna end. That's I've got to the point where I'm just sitting here being like, can I have the bulls of the 2023 and 2024 market back? Because all of you suck, literally. Like, just fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
Because I'm just like, what happened? Like, and goes in. It's because DeepSeek scared them, and now they're finding out it's mostly a scam to short. It's mostly a scam to short AMD.
Yeah.
Again, like Ghost, and you probably agree with this, or let me know if you agree with this. The short squeeze NVIDIA is, if we head like this into NVIDIA earnings, a short squeeze NVIDIA is going to kick off. Is going to be, they're going to need a new you know what in their rear to wipe that fire out, because I mean, yeah, we're gonna make Tesla short squeeze be like, hold my beer.
So I want to see something because we know that AMD has an insane PE. After that drop, what do you think the PE is? Now, last time we saw the AMD PE was like 200 PE. What do you think it is?
149.
How much?
149.
You think it's 149?
149.
All right, let's see. Let's see the PE for 109. So it's gone down by half.
Well, yeah, because they have the share price.
They have the share price, yeah. They're basically 1-to-1 to the PE is basically 1-to-1 to the share price. It really is. So yeah, it actually really is almost 1-to-1 to the share price. Wow. So it's fallen down, but guys, 109 PE. What's the forward? Hang on a minute. What's the forward looking like here? What's the forward PE? Let me click on AMD real quick here. AMD. What is the forward PE on this? It's not telling me. It is not telling me.
23.
Huh? Oh, there. 23.48 BS. 23? The forward PE, by the way, the forward PE, guys, look at this. Forward price to earnings ratio is the forward-looking version of the conventional PE ratio that uses forecasted earnings for the PE calculation. Since PE forward uses estimate earnings, the actual PE over the coming 12 months may differ. So basically, they're looking at AMD into the next 12 months into the future. To get a PE of 23, they were saying this last year, and we're at 109. We're still way far away from this. What is going on? So no, I don't. This is why I don't like forward. This is exactly why I don't like forward. I like trailing.
It's a guess.
It's a guess, and like, it's okay, great. It's falling down by half. It's 109. Tesla isn't even that much. What is Tesla's? Let me see. I think Tesla's like 40 or something like that. Let me see. Tesla's sorry, 108. Wow, never mind. I take back those words.
They traded places.
They traded places. They traded
You
for
gotta admit, Tesla investors, like you guys they're a cult.
they're
They,
killing it. Yeah, they are just. But to be fair
they-
though, they may be a cult, but I mean, dude, that Tesla's price has
out of
gone.
all the people to bet on with Elon, yes, I'll bet on Elon,
Yeah,
considering where he's at now.
yeah, yeah. But that's just AMD, guys. Again, I look at this price. Mike, I know you're trading it, right? I know you're trading it. So I'm not talking to traders. Mike, you can talk to traders in just 1 second. I'm not talking to traders. I'm talking to investors. I look at AMD, and honestly, I would need to do a discounted free cash flow, but man, a 50% reduction in price. Well, actually, it's 100% technically. No, 100 is it? No, yeah.
No,
Sorry, 50%. 50%. Sorry, 50% reduction in PE and even share price. Guys, I look at this and I I would personally start dollar cost averaging right now. Me, not telling anybody what to do. I haven't even taken a look at the fundamentals or done discounted free cash flow on this. I don't know what numbers I'm going to get, but just by that fact alone, I would buy like 5 shares, 500
I'll wait
bucks.
till 100.
About it.
I'll wait till 100. I'll wait till it gets to 100. Then I'll think about buying AMD again.
I don't see too much of a difference between 109 and 100. I don't see a difference. I know, but I don't see a difference. So you want to talk to traders about AMD? Oh,
Garbage.
did you already say your peach?
Garbage in the end. Garbage in the end.
You're out, by the way. Your screen's up.
Look. Okay. 50, 200 up there, 200 weekly down here. It's below all of them. Absolutely no. It just blows the low, blows the low, blows the low, blows the low. What do you think it's going to do next? Blow the low. Okay, my rant's over.
All right, your rant's over. So let's now take a look at another one, shall we? And let's take a look at Ghost's favorite. ARM. Ghost, what happened, my guy? What happened? I really am curious to see what happened with this one. So ARM Holdings, first of all, in the 1 year they are up 129.5%. Year to date, they're actually up 35.76. So they're still very significantly up. I mean, we're near that 52-week high, but today, or not today, but after earnings, you could tell that this thing just completely crashed. Now, if we take a look at ARM Holdings, non-GAAP EPS of 39 cents, beats by 5 cents, and revenue of 9.83 million, beats by $35 million. Look at that revenue increase year over year.
Nice.
This is what I'm saying. So far we have seen Merck beat year over year, AMD beat year over year, okay? ARM beat year over year, and yet every single stock price is down. All because of overall guidance. That's it. So I look at this and all I see is buying opportunities. I really, really do. Do you have ARM pulled up?
No, I can.
Pull it up.
Real quick.
Pull it up. So we can see that. Let's see. Why ARM Holdings stock is falling despite blockbuster earnings growth. Let's actually take a look at this article. Let's read their points really quickly. So, ARM Holdings PLC excels in semiconductor space by licensing its IP to major partners like Nvidia, Microsoft, and Oracle. Despite recent bearish trends, ARM's financials show a promising turnaround with significant growth in revenue, operating income, and net income per share. Here we go. DeepSeek's success with lower capability architecture suggests a shift in industry focus from hardware to code, impacting forward outlooks for companies reliant on sales and cutting-edge infrastructure. ARM remains well-positioned in the semiconductor industry with strong fundamentals and strategic partnership despite potentially dampening the shift towards software optimization. It all comes back, that DeepSeek thing, dude, that threw a monkey wrench. That's an understatement.
Yeah. And
That's an understatement.
It threw a nuke into the semiconductor industry.
Because we thought that
again, all Jensung has to do. I'm not concerned with DeepSeek. He says those 4 words. Goodbye.
That's 5 words.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not concerned with DeepSeek. 5 words. You're close.
DeepSeek can F off.
So
there you go.
So DeepSeek basically just took an entire thing and just completely destroyed this thing.
Yeah.
Because we thought we had a complete monopoly on it from a country perspective. But here's the thing, we got all the big boys. And what do we know about China? Is that they're known to steal stuff. They're
Oh yeah.
known to steal stuff. They're known to steal IP. They're known to steal proprietary data. So, I mean, have you guys looked at DeepSeek, by the way? Let me know in the chat. Have you guys used or even seen DeepSeek?
Chat GPT copy.
It's a Chat GPT copy. Is it faster? Yeah. But, I mean,
Yeah,
when you
yes and no. It has so little limited server space, it's not going to be successful. They would have to upgrade their server space, which then undercuts their assumptions and assertions that they can magically do all this stuff for 95. If you can do it for 95%, you can run it on a single stack server. You
so
could run ChatGPT's entire server on a single server. So therefore, you're not able to do that. You're all full of crap.
So here's something I just thought of. Imagine if Trump says, all right, you know what? We're not going to let China win. China needs, I mean, because, what's the CEO of NVIDIA?
Jensen.
Jensen. He's in talks with him. Of course he is. It's NVIDIA.
He went to the
Imagine,
White House.
huh?
He went to the White House.
He went to the White
Jensen
House.
was at the White House 2 days ago.
So imagine this. Because we know Trump wants to win that AI race. We know that. For better or for worse, right? I think that the genie's out of the bottle. You can't stop AI. May as well let it be us than China. That's just my personal opinion, right? Could you imagine if Trump says, all right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to input a tariff specifically just on semiconductors. Your share price will go down, but it will basically solidify that no one buys chips, that no one from China buys chips.
Or he does this. It's like, yeah, we're gonna embargo you from selling to China, but
that's a little bit too hard. I think tariffs is a more softer approach.
Wait. But here's $1 trillion investment by the U.S. government into building a semiconductor plant in the United States. Have fun.
I guess. I just think that the whole tariff would be much.
Eric, stick.
Yeah, but embargoes will be looked at as much more harsher. Whereas tariffs, he could just say, he could just make up whatever and not call it. And because once you hit an embargo, it's more of just why they're doing it. Yeah,
And then we got Flyer 7799 saying America's the mother of all thieves and exploiters. Not really. It's the nation of innovation. The reason the world exists the way it is because of America.
That's true. Well, I would actually say Christianity. But I mean, the Constitution is basically the Bible 3.0. Which, by the way, the Bible 2.0 is the Magna Carta.
Against obesity, but look at him. Cholesterol.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks great. He's actually lost weight from.
I'll put it like this: be his age, because I have a relative that works in the healthcare industry. Be his age, in his condition, and do what he does. If you can find 10 people that do that, congratulations, because you won't.
I'm almost 30, and I get tired. Like, I don't know how he does it. I really don't know.
It's amazing. It's
really
truly
is.
amazing the drive that one individual can have.
And by the way, cholesterol. Fun fact, not to get into the whole health thing. Cholesterol is not bad. Like, that's not a thing.
Cholesterol? What are you measuring when you go measure cholesterol? It's actually the proteins that take cholesterol to your cells and away from your cells.
Correct. HDL and LDL, high density lipoprotein and low density lipoprotein. All it does is those proteins are the carriers of the cholesterol, which is basically food that gets packaged in the liver, LDL, and then the LDL takes it to your cells, and then the HDL takes the package after it's done and brings it back to the liver. That's all that is. That's all that is. Cholesterol's not a bad thing. I mean, I've been on keto for the past. I've been kind of slacking on it. I've had a little bit more carbs now, but I've been on keto for the past 8 years now. So, going strong. So, I like it. I love my fats.
And then Slydog saying, who will have the fads up in the U.S. first, Intel or TSMC?
I really just wish that Intel would just focus on the foundry and be done with it.
That's a hard question, actually. Sly, you got me good with that one. I can see both. I'm gonna say TSMC for one reason. Intel could beat it infrastructurally, but Intel can't get its crap together. TSMC can.
It's true.
Whereas Intel, if it had its crap together, would slaughter the entire industry. Literally just obliterate them and everything.
And then
But
Flyer saying, "You're an old girl now." I mean, I don't know about that. I have a child,
yeah.
and and do you see this beard? I don't think so.
You know what they say, slander is the tool of the loser.
Oh, I don't really care, dude. I could honestly care less.
Yeah.
Dude, comment some more, please. Please comment some more.
Let YouTube jack up the algorithm even more.
Yeah, comment some more. I'll read them. I don't care. Absolutely, I'll read them. All right.
Yeah,
So,
or Mr. Ghost. What? Yes, I love that stock. My ARM average price is $105.86. Damn, Ghost. No wonder you. No, dude. Did you snipe that? Dang, Ghost. Dang. That's all I'm gonna say.
He sniped it good.
He hit the triple low. It's right. It's
You're up,
gap.
I put you up.
Yeah, it's like 108 is right here. And like right in this region, it's only transacted there like 3-4 times, where you had to like snipe it on these lows right here. And then subsequently just went crazy.
All right.
I like it.
And then
I like it.
you like it. And then Sly Dog saying, let me see. Sly Dog saying, Intel's usually very late. If Intel says 2 years, it will likely be 4 or more. That's true. That's true.
Like
But that's the thing though. That's a problem though. That's a big problem, because right now markets are like, we want things fast. We want things fast. We can't wait.
No,
we can't wait.
Things tomorrow.
Right. We can't wait. So, yeah. Now, the last stock that I wanted to talk about today, it is the one that actually had earnings today, and that is, of course, Amazon.
Yeah, stinky butt.
Again, the common trend that we have seen throughout these companies that we have taken a look at in today's live stream, it is the fact that they are absolutely amazing when it comes to earnings. I mean, look at this. Amazon GAAP EPS of $1.86 beats by 38 cents. Revenue of $187.79 billion beats by $560 million, guys. That is an increase of year over year of 10.5%. And yet, the stock price fell 4% after earnings. Like, this is the common thing. So let's take a look at as to why that's the case. So North America segment sales increased. Look at this. North America segment sales increased 10%. International segment sales increased 8%. AWS segment sales increased 19%. Operating income increased to $21.2 billion in the fourth quarter compared to the $13.2 billion. Look at that. Look at that. $21.2 billion compared to $13.2 billion in the same quarter 2023. North America segment operating income was $9.3 billion compared to the operating income of $6.5 billion in the same quarter 2023. International segment operating income was $1.3 billion compared to the $0.4 billion in the fourth quarter 2023. And AWS segment $10.6 billion compared to $7.2 billion. What's wrong? What's wrong? I don't understand what's wrong.
Well, Ghost said, I posted ARM right before it went public and told you to buy.
He did. He did.
And you said, and waited too long. Yeah, but it is what it is.
Well, going back to Amazon. So what's wrong with all of this, Mike? What's wrong? Nothing.
Their forward guidance.
Look at their forward guidance. Just this one sentence. All you have to do is just read this. Go.
Yeah. So net sales were expected to be are expected to be 151 billion and 155.5 billion versus a consensus of 158 billion, or to grow between 5 to 9 compared to first quarter 2024.
That's it. That's the only reason why Amazon right now is down 4%.
Yep.
That's not a reason. That's not a reason.
They actually cite the reason for it: unfavorable impact of approximately 2.1 billion or 150 basis points for foreign exchange rate, aka the dollar going up.
That's it. That's it. This is not a reason for any of these companies to be falling. None whatsoever. But guys, I look at all of this, right? I look at all of this, and all I see when I see, look at this. Dude, look at these earnings, or at least these were the ones for today. These were for today because it updates 24 hours later. 34-2. So I look at all of this, and the one thing that comes to my head is buying opportunities. There's no reason why anybody should panic. No reason
Yeah.
why anybody should panic at all in regards to this. Companies are beating earnings. They're just not beating guidance.
Well, funny how like when Google sold off 8% and I posted in the watch list, I was like, take a look at Google. It's I don't I mean Google have a bad history, right? Of a bad relationship. But I was like,
It's another one.
Google dipped. Google dip well, it went from 207 to like yeah, so 207, 205 right to 190,
Mm-hmm.
right at the 50-day moving average. I'm like, risk or reward. Okay, I lose a dollar, I make 200, right? I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take that risk because like it's infinite upside.
How did Google do actually? Let me take a look at their how did Google do? Let's see. Right here. So Google actually did miss though. Google did miss
Yeah.
on revenue.
Yeah, it did miss. But the thing is, like, is Google magically gonna stop being Google?
But look at that revenue year over year though. This is what I'm saying. It's like these misses, all they're based on is what analysts think.
Everyone's pissed off.
Right.
Literally, if you look at the fear and greed, we've been sitting in extreme. We went to extreme fear, went to fear, went back to fear, stayed in fear. I'm like, you guys are just like. And the funny thing is, like, the bears, all they can do is make markets move sideways. We're in fear, but markets move sideways. So I'm like, I can't wait for the greed train to kick back on. Please stay around here so I can get my bonus that gets paid out at the end of the month. So I can go buy NVIDIA shares for really, really cheap. And then all of you can scream bloody murder to the bank when NVIDIA crushes all of you.
There's nothing wrong with these companies. There's nothing wrong. They're beating earnings.
Everyone is acting like they're magically going to stop making money.
Dude, if you were to if I were to see these revenue increases year over year, and well, if I were to see these revenues year over year, and I were to see like minus 11, minus 20, missing on earnings, missing on
Well, it's the same way like with jobs, right? So Ghost saying the greed will start in a few months. I argue it's going to start right after NVIDIA earnings. I do not understand why Jensung would not come out and basically like bash DeepSeek if their earnings weren't going to come out and speak for themselves. I go back to it. Jensung has been like the only person after killing Quantum silent like the wind. Like literally, they sent a spokesperson out. They didn't even send Jensung out. They sent a spokesperson out for a typed up 1-paragraph statement. You don't do that unless you're holding all the cards. Again, with NVIDIA, the massive drop and then everyone panicking and everyone like literally, I'm like, I buy more.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for the cheaper share price.
Yeah. Sly Dog saying if TSM is operational first, I think AMD is the winner. Yeah, I do think that. I honestly don't think that as well. And NVIDIA, look, I don't know how you say it, nor do I care. People give us so much crap about the way we say NVIDIA. Who cares? Like,
is it making you money?
We got one comment a few weeks ago saying like you say NVIDIA like this, haha, you're supposed to be an expert. So it's like because the way we pronounce something has anything to do with.
Okay, so I gotta go on a rant here.
Go on a rant.
First of all your experts don't beat the S&P. So when they do that, then they're experts. We don't pretend to be experts. We're freaking idiots.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
that are playing a game that we have no business being in. None of us do.
Well. I would just go
comparative to big fish,
right?
Comparative to the big fish that actually play the game.
So I would just say, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I would mainly say along the lines of like, do your own due diligence, right? People, I get the random comment, sometimes saying that like you didn't go deep into this company. I'm just like, right, I'm not going to. Unless I'm actually investing into it, I'm not going to. I'm giving you guys the surface level, looking at the fundamentals, and then if something looks weird, it's your job to look further. Look at what they do.
Like,
I'm not going.
Is your account making higher highs?
Mine is.
Mine is too.
Mine is.
After NVIDIA put me in the freaking slammer, I was like, it wiped out all my gains for the year as it moved everything else. But like my account steadily has been making the higher highs because of the earnings plays. Even though the Amazon play is going to put me a $200 in the hole, guess what? The options I sold on it that are in March are going to get me out of that dang hole. So it's like I posted both of them in the watch list. So like I said, for all those that didn't want to play super risky, credit spread, and NVIDIA did bounce in an interesting point. We'll get to that in a second. Not NVIDIA, AMD.
By the way,
Jeez, what a brain.
By the way,
Brain.
Sly Dog, that's nothing against you. It's just I find it funny because like we get so much crap on the way that we say Nvidia. I know at this point I'm thinking about just saying all the company's name wrong. Amazing, Apple. Like let's go. Like not specifically to you, but just to piss off people because it's like it doesn't really matter. Does it really
And
matter?
then slicing, I've been beating all the major averages on average for over 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah, because the thing, like, but here's the sad truth: all these fund managers don't.
Yeah, especially
They
one.
lose you money, and you pay them to like. This is why I don't understand why people like. I don't. I truly don't understand why people don't just
Buy into
take
the S&P
their.
500.
Yeah, it's brain dead. SCHD, Russell, Nasdaq, S&P, like, sheesh, buy the Dow at this point.
Like a few days ago, I didn't go too much into this, but I was at work and one of my coworkers, he said that he has a retirement and he has it in mutual funds. And I looked at him and I'm just like,
Ugh.
dude, no, okay, he's 70, obviously,
I
whatever.
don't care. Put it in the bonds and put it into SCHD. It's like
Listen,
one of my one of the
listen,
people I
I'm
was
not-
helping at work today. I put her entire account in SCHD.
All I said was, I don't know, I don't like mutual funds. And then he said why, and I'm just like, dude, the amount of fees that you pay for that. Oh, but it's only 2%. I'm like, right, and that's 2% on like $5 million. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's 2% on something that's not beating the S&P.
Right. And even if you buy the S&P, the fees, the expense ratios on the S&P are significantly lower than what you're paying for an actively managed fund, which is I don't even know what most I don't know because I don't even do mutual funds and I don't want to. Actively, I prefer passively manage index funds instead of actively, which is basically.
I don't understand their like. I'm not going to get into that rant. And then in the last 12 months,
2%.
I'm below average because of AMD and yeah, both of us were in that boat with that one.
But
But wait till NVIDIA earnings and well, AMD. I'm not even. Me and AMD are not on speaking terms right now. Let's just put it that way.
so you want to take a look at
Google. I replaced AMD with Google.
so you want to take a look at Amazon like on your end?
Yes.
All right.
Sure.
Let me pull you up. By the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it, guys. Smash the like button. We're actually at 11 likes on Rumble. So shout out to all of you, all 20 of you Mad Lads watching. And shout out to everybody commenting on YouTube. We're up to 16 people, 9 likes. Y'all are great. Sly Dog over here. Frank. We got the hater flyer. Love all the haters too. Hey, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Beamer, Julio, Ponzi. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Really do appreciate it. Mike, proceed with your...
All right. The one thing I kind of like about Amazon, and I might eat my words on this probably tomorrow, which I am going to eat my words on it tomorrow. That but debit spread is probably cooked right now. But okay, you win some, you lose some. Meta paid for almost all my losses, so I'm still good on that one. Netflix, Meta were the good ones. Microsoft and Amazon are obviously the bad ones. And then Apple was like neutral. But looking at this, like higher low, higher low, higher low. You don't have any, you have higher highs. So right now, Amazon, yes, it dipped. It could be a buying opportunity, especially how we said with these earnings. Eventually, this craze has to stop of people basically being like, oh, we didn't do this, and it's like horrible. I'm like, again, are you going to just keep being pouty face, right? When has that actually worked out for anyone in the market? Yes, there has been short times that has worked out in the market, but long term, it's not a successful strategy. And the same way like with Google. I'm going to digress to Google just for a brief moment, just to prove a point. Look how many times it's hitting the 50-day moving average and holding. Buying opportunity. People are basically saying, I can get it cheaper now than I could before. So at Amazon, the same way, we wicked down to the moving average right here. We came down to it once, twice, and now we're slowly pushing back up, even though futures are turning green right now. So the question is, can we get back above 233? If we do that, then Amazon could be one of those gap down, pump ups type of stocks. And it could be one of those more long-term bullish plays. Again, it's been running up into earnings, as we saw on the daily chart, that it was continuously running into earnings. So all it's done is basically push, push, push. Maybe this is just a breather, right? It took a breather, came back down to where it previously. Look, when Amazon fell down here to basically when it was the whole DeepSeek thing, because it's AWS, went from 226 all the way to 235 in a single day. So don't underestimate the stock's ability to basically fill gaps. It has a long history of it. So keep an eye on it. Keep your positions correctly sized, and could be a very good opportunity, similar to how I think Google right now is an excellent opportunity. And I had posted in the video and the watch list.
I am half tempted to do I mean, I want to do a discounted free cash flow on all of these, honestly. Because I have a feeling that we are going to see, we're not going to see this again. These downturns for quite some time, right? For quite some time.
Yeah, once you kick, if you've been sitting in fear for so long, it's like, how much FOMO are you going to build up?
Right. Right.
Because I'm like, everyone that knows anything is buying, right? Why aren't the bears able to push it down below the moving averages? They just shove it down, gets bought back up. Shove it down, gets bought back up. Shove it down, gets bought back up.
Right.
I'm like, we've been playing this whack-a-mole game for like 2 months now.
Right. So yeah, guys, that's really all we wanted to cover. Again, all the earnings are in the description below. Highly encourage you guys to read it for yourselves. We're almost about to end the stream, but let's take a look at futures really quick. Are they updated, Mike? On my end,
Futures,
they're slightly up.
Yes, they are correct for once.
Excuse you.
Yeah.
For once.
For once, it's always wrong. So S&P up 0.03 right now.
Okay.
NASDAQ 0.09, Russell 0.21. Again, people are buying the Russell but selling the S&P. So again, I'm going to buy the most rate sensitive group.
So guys, it's going to be an interesting day, especially tomorrow, because at 8:30 we get job numbers. And guys, we are going to stream tomorrow as well, covering job numbers, as well as covering I mean, we could cover some more earnings, I guess you could say. There really isn't anything on Friday that we really care about. But, you know, we could cover some more companies like Amgen. We could go into more politics, especially.
We see what we feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, there's Eli Lilly, ConocoPhillips, Peloton, Hershey. Actually, Hershey. How did Hershey do today? Whoa. Hang on a minute. How did Hershey do today? HSY. Wow. Wow.
They've been
4%
selling off into earnings.
Well, yeah, but today they gained 4.4%.
Yeah, but they fell from like 277 to 141.
Yeah.
So they pulled an AMD.
Well, the reason why they fell, it has to do with a buyout that Mondelez wanted to do, and they said no. That's the reason why.
Oh.
But we're still near that 52-week low. So I like Hershey. Hershey's actually one that I've been, what is their dividend even looking like? Wow, almost 4% as well. Hershey is actually one that I was tempted to buy and start like a new position.
Okay.
Because I don't have this type of industry. I really don't. And it's Hershey. It's almost like Disney. Seriously. Like, you know, sure, they have like anybody else can make chocolate, but they also have brands like, you know, Recess. They got the park here in PA. That is a big money maker, right? Just like how Disney World and Disneyland is. So I don't see them. I see them very, very close to that of Disney. They are the Disney. Hershey is basically the Disney of the consumer cyclicals, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still tempted to start the position on Hershey. I'm not gonna lie, kind of am. But guys, I think that'll pretty much do it for this live stream. We had a great live stream, by the way.
Okay.
A great live stream. Let's take a look at a couple more chats before we go on the YouTube side. Let's see, we got in the last 12 months, I am below the average. Okay, Frank V saying 2%. I think that was in regards to the mutual funds. I wouldn't be surprised if it is 2%. That's a lot. 2% is a lot. I am overweight on tech, AMD, and Nvidia. Okay. Are by far my biggest holdings. My biggest holdings are AVGO, AbbVie, and Chevron right now. So actually, I guess Realty Income is actually one of my biggest holdings too. Because I was buying that when that thing dropped to like almost sub 50. So I like my Realty Income, and I know Ghost, you like it too. And then on the Rumble side, shout out to the 19 of you watching right now. I mean, I think peak was like 20 or 21. Shout out to all of you. Let's see. My lifestyle says, or Go says, yes, I love cheaper stock prices. Me too. Go says haters. Yeah, haters will hate. I will sell Nvidia. My lifestyle says I will sell Nvidia 134. Go says I will buy 134. And then my lifestyle says I like to take my plus out. I like to
I like counting my money.
I like counting my money. Okay, no, I won't buy. No. Okay, no, I won't. But 125 or below, I will buy. Yeah, for Nvidia, 125 or below is I would consider that also a buy as well. Go saying I like Hershey. I have some, and yes, I do. Oh yeah, oh is great, dude. Oh is such a like. People give it crap because of the tenants that they have, but they are. I think that they're the best REIT right now that could definitely make it out. So I mean, REITs are a sector that right now is very very dull. Nobody pays attention to it, huh?
Subdued.
Oh yeah, like people just don't pay attention to it, and there's a lot of money to be in there. So, I like it. I like realty income. In fact, if you take a look at it right now, it is at $54. So they basically got nowhere in the 1 year. Basically got nowhere. Even on the 5 year, it's down actually in the 5 year, 31.51%.
They literally went nowhere since like 2017.
Yeah, but
They just like massive pumps and dumps.
But this is the reason why. Yeah, it's a REIT, so by law this has to happen. By law, that has to happen. So, but I do like and I have a feeling that once interest rates come down more or stabilize at this point, I think REITs are going to skyrocket. I really do think so. So, basically after COVID, they just never really recovered back to their peak of $82. So, it is what it is. It's a REIT company. You don't really expect them to go up a lot, but they do pay a great dividend. Not qualified though, so please make sure you check with your taxes when it comes to that. But all right, so guys, on YouTube, REITs are going to make a comeback. I think so too, Ghost. I think so too. But yeah, guys, REITs are not REITs, guys. I think those are pretty much going to end it right here. What do you know about the Rumble tender off? Tether offer? I'm assuming you're referring to the Tether crypto. I don't know too much about it. I've heard stuff through the grapevine, but I haven't really dug into it too much. I don't know. It depends on what kind of platform they have it. Because if they have it on the Ethereum platform, then the gas fees for that is going to be absolutely nuts. I think my cat just dropped something on the floor. Daisy May. But yeah, I just don't know. Tender offer. I don't know. Tender or tether, Sly Dog. I'm not really sure what you're referring to by tender. But yeah, it would just, with the whole crypto thing, it would just depend on what vehicle it's in. If it's on the Ethereum network, the gas prices for that really never got fixed. So I don't know. I think it's not on that one. I think it's on another network, but it is what it is. But guys, I think that'll pretty much do it for this stream. I'm going to end it first on YouTube and X. Rumble, you stay because I do want to do a raid. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, guys. It really does help here on YouTube as well as X. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hit almost the tender. Sly Dog, I don't know what tender you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Tender offer. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea, Sly Dog. No idea. I mean, if you can tell me before I end the stream here, that would be great. I'll read it out loud.
Buy their shares.
What's that?
Tender offer to buy their shares.
Tender. What's tender?
Like a tender, like tendering, like they're putting together the purchase. Yeah, so they're basically gonna buy back 70 million shares at $7.50 per share.
So they're doing a buyback.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first time I hear this. Honestly, this is the first time I heard it. That's the first time I ever heard it being said like that. I'm not really certain. Okay. I guess I'm not. Yeah, I'm not too certain, honestly. I don't own Rumble stock anymore after their massive cash tender to purchase. That's the first time I even heard that word, Sly Dog. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that because that's the first time I ever heard the word tender before used. Um, so yeah. All right, I'll get back to you on that one because I would actually like to learn something new on that. I would like to learn something new on that. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching here on YouTube as well as X. Make sure to smash the like button. It really does help here. Follow, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for Sly Dog, Frank V. Let's see, Flyer 7799. Beamer, let's see, Mr. Ponzi. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate really do appreciate you guys commenting. I don't think it is a buyback. I'll do more research on it, honestly. I'll do more research on it. But thank you guys so much for watching here on YouTube as well as X. And again, we will have a live stream tomorrow. We will probably not have a video out for tomorrow because it's very late and I just don't think we'll have the time to do it. But I think it is offered by an investment group. Okay. I'll take a look. So yeah, we will not have a video for tomorrow. But we will be live streaming tomorrow, covering the jobs numbers at around 7 p.m. Again, the live stream will be at 7 p.m. So yeah. Yeah, that'll pretty much do it. Only for YouTube and only for X. Rumble, you stay. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and we'll see you all next time.